The programme's been really helpful to me. I think one of the things that I learned really early on was how much I loved learning, and to be able to kind of maybe sparked a little bit of a passion in me to think I really want to go ahead and do something more. Because actually one of my most memorable sessions was being at the library at Lancaster University and thinking, oh my God, we've got this like wealth of knowledge that we have access to, and really utilising all of the resources that are available to us. As a result of being part of the programme, I have been offered the privilege of being able to do a PhD all around co-production and lived experience and the impact that it can have for our services and our systems. In Blackpool, we put a real emphasis on making sure that our systems and our services are socially just, and in that respect what we do is we employ our experts by experience so that we're not just being extractive in our research and our understanding of services and systems. What we're doing is providing development opportunities for those people who may not ordinarily have employment opportunities to be able to come and work alongside us, and also to develop their own skills and their own knowledge. And now we've been able to offer this opportunity as being part of the Research Capabilities programme to some of our experts by experience.
I've never done anything such as A-levels or university course. I left school at 16, having stayed on an extra year to complete my O-levels because I didn't study properly. So I've never had the opportunity to do anything like this. I've absolutely loved being in this programme. I had very low expectations of myself coming into this, not having done anything like it in the past. I didn't know what I was going to walk into. I had great imposter syndrome. I wasn't good enough. Shouldn't be me doing this, should be somebody else from our team perhaps stepping up to do it, because I didn't have the experience of doing university courses or anything. But everybody has been absolutely fantastic. Everything's been explained, and I feel so glad that I've done the course now. It's a very good position to be in. It's given me a lot more confidence in my own abilities, and I think if you've got an opportunity, grab it. You never know where it will take you. My role is quality monitoring of children's residential homes, fostering providers. So we go out and make sure they are meeting their requirements to give our young people the best start in life they can. I also monitor the additional contracts that we have in place for various subjects, and this course has helped me to understand what research I can find when we are setting up new tenders. When we're preparing the new tenders, I can now go online to find out what information is already there, and if we want to adapt our tender in any way in light of new research that's come out or new information I find.
Whilst I was invited to be involved in the programme to offer and to talk about some of my sort of skills and research experiences, I have found it to be very mutually beneficial. You know, I've learnt a hell of a lot from the people who attend the programme, and it's just been a great experience all round. It's a great opportunity for researchers and other academics to get involved and meet people who sort of work on the front line that are trying to address the sort of social determinants of health and address health inequalities, because there are some fabulous collaborations to be had. I mean, the projects that participants in the groups work up are based on their own sort of working experience, really, how they support people in the community. And it's because of that that the research ideas in this programme and projects will really reflect the priorities of people living in Blackpool, and therefore much more likely to kind of have a direct impact on people's lives than it would be if I was just sat in my office, you know, coming up with a project idea.
In cohort 2, we've been able to build on what we did in the previous cohort, in that we've widened the participants from just being voluntary community, faith, social enterprise participants to local authority and also NHS. We also changed the way we have delivered it, so we've got Lancaster University more involved, and we've given the participants much more choice around the topics that they work on, and I think having that level of choice in there, and also having the mix of people and those diverse ideas, has really led to another fantastic quality set of projects. Our next cohort is going to be a bigger cohort, so more people bring in, hopefully some people with lived experience of health inequalities in Blackpool. And we're developing the programme each time, so in the next cohort we're going to build it so that there's an opportunity for them to apply for funding through the Blackpool HDRC, Blackpool Researching Together.
From when I very first started Better Minds, I had this vision of perhaps what I wanted, the future of Better Minds to be. And one of those things was absolutely must have some form of academic underpinning. I didn't just want to go out there in the community and help for the sake of helping. It had to be meaningful, it had to mean something. And that's where I see the future of Better Minds as well. And having attended this programme, I think that gives me the tools and the skills to be able to apply that to the work that we do on the ground. The top three things that I'd take away from this programme would be the power of research, the importance of collaboration, and also the confidence to apply research skills into my everyday role. I would recommend anybody from the VCFSE sector attends a programme like this, because it allows you to pick up the practical skills and the support to apply research into your everyday work. So as part of the programme, we were encouraged to self-reflect, and we now use that sort of self-reflective practice, I think we call it, in what we do. So we're constantly sort of re-evaluating what it is that we do.
Programmes like these are so important to anybody who's working in health and care. Even if they don't go off to do their own research or become a researcher, they learn so much about the importance of research, how to find robust information, robust research, how to use that, and then hopefully they can change their practice or improve their practice just based on their new knowledge about research and innovation. It's been really great to work with the VCFSE sector. What I've noticed about them is they're so proactive around research. They've gone out and they've just gone out and done the work and found the information, and that's been so refreshing. And whether or not that's because they come from a background where they're constantly having to, bid for funding, to pay the bills, to pay the wages, I don't know, but they've definitely had a real can-do attitude. So it hasn't just been me coming along and sharing all of my previous knowledge and expertise, it's also been an opportunity for me to learn and to take that learning back into my day job.
Since joining the programme, I found that it's broadened my horizons and given me more targets to see that I would not have appreciated. And while one might say that talent hits a target regularly, genius hits a target that others don't see. And so what this has done is to allow me to see more and perhaps mentor others to look wider into why patients are presenting so late and look at means of helping them earlier in the stage of their illnesses. I found the programme very educational, informative and fun. What I particularly enjoyed was the oversight of the academic mentors, the study groups that we attended on scheduled events. What was particularly valuable was my own little study group, because while my vocabulary might be more scientific, theirs was better versed in social and population-based agendas. And this cross-fertilisation of ideas helped me to inform my practice. In the clinical sector, it's fairly cut and dried, whereas it's somewhat amorphous in the social sector. And this has helped me to see with greater granularity what they achieve and have to come up with on a daily basis. And I'm grateful to my little study group for tolerating my ignorance and helping me to understand their vocabulary and their social context better than before now.
So this programme is especially important here in Blackpool because we've got significant health inequalities, and we need to be able to be as innovative as we possibly can in developing solutions that are really going to help people in their day-to-day lives, and having a more research-informed approach to the way that we do that can only add benefit to what we're doing already. So that whole evidence-based decision making and bringing that into our transformation and improvement work is really essential. And I think what's great about this programme is we do that in a way that's really helpful to people in their day-to-day jobs. So it's so important that the HDRC are going to be funding the next iteration of this programme, because a real core ambition of the HDRC in Blackpool, and in fact HDRCs nationally, is to build capacity, research and development capacity within both the local authority but also with our partners as well. And we need to do that in a way that's really proportionate and accessible for people who aren't routinely involved in formal research. So whether you might be a social worker or a housing officer or a commissioning officer, we want to be able to provide really helpful and valuable opportunities for people to develop their skills in a way that's going to be really helpful for them in their day-to-day jobs, and which will mean that they become more research informed and potentially then make decisions that are more based on evidence.
Really grateful to NIHR North West Coast Research Delivery Network for funding a second round of this programme. Also to our partners in delivering the programme, which is NHS North West R&D, the Blackpool Researching Together, HDRC, and Lancaster University. And finally, thank you so much to our participants who've brought along their energy and their creativity to deliver some excellent pieces of work.